Yeah, we're Beauty's big sister. Check it.
Hi girls, welcome back to my Beauty's Big Sister channel. We have a new launch from MAC. I am like one huge MAC fan, and for me this was very much needed in the MAC collection. I'm very excited that this is the new edition. I do love the MAC foundation, but I feel like it's very, you know, it's full coverage, it's very glam. For me, it's my night out foundation. It's not my day-to-day. With this, it sounds like there's a lots of versatility with this product. And it's meant to be like a foundation and concealer in one. They have sent me 3 different shades. Now I'm presuming that I can kind of use all of these. I think I can use this one as like my base, concealer, and then contour. Perhaps, I don't know. We're going to play with these products and see what they're like. The packaging of this is very cool and different for MAC. For me, I think this doesn't look like a MAC product, but I do really like it. I think it looks a very like next gen techie kind of vibe. So this is how the product comes out, and with the pump action, this is how you can control how much coverage that you get with this. So it's the Studio Fix Everywhere All Over Face pen, and it says on the back here that it's a long wear, medium to full buildable coverage. It's a flexible natural matte finish. It's got caffeine, hyaluronic acid, vitamin E. It's water and transfer proof, non-creasing, non-caking. It kind of sounds like it's ticking every box, so I'm intrigued to try this. Right, let's look at the different shades that we've got. Looks like a big difference on the packaging, but actually I don't think they're gonna look that much different on the oh okay. That just shot out. Okay, so that was one click, and I feel like that's quite a lot of product there. The formulation is nice. I don't know why I felt like that could be my contour, because it does look really dark. It's not that dark when it comes out from the tube. So this is very much for me concealer, foundation. So this is NW35, the shade that I've got. I'm gonna actually go in with my fingers with this. I'm gonna go for a half click. Let's see how that blends out. I don't know why I felt like I should apply this with my fingers, but it just felt like that kind of consistency where it would blend in nicely. You know, it doesn't feel too thick. What's nice about this is you can actually really tailor your coverage, because you could just literally take a tiny bit out at a time. You could probably even like mix this in with your moisturizer for more of a tinted moisturizer vibe. Now let's build this up and see what this looks like with a bit more coverage with my sponge. In case you were wondering, I am still completely and utterly obsessed with the MAC Stack mascara. It is my favourite. I know this is looking dark compared to my neck, but I do need to fake tan, so this colour I know will be fine for me once I do fake tan, but for now let's just bronze up my neck so I don't look super crazy. Bronze up. There we go. See? Perfect match. Okay, so this is what it is looking like. I feel like right now my skin, I've been talking about it on my live the other night, my skin is actually really dry at the minute, so I feel like a matte foundation isn't the perfect match for me right now when my skin is so dry. For me, I think I would actually, let's just try this, taking the MAC Studio Radiance Moisturising and Illuminating Silky Primer, which is really nice, and I am going to add a drop of this in with my primer. I'm going to take this brush to mix that in and then buff that onto the skin. I guess this is more of like a lightweight day-to-day coverage, because I do feel like this is pretty full, which I am liking. Okay, so with this side you can still see skin, you can still see like some of my imperfections on my skin, whereas this is like a full coverage right here. So it kind of depends what vibe you want to go for. If you've got perfect skin, if you haven't got blemishes and dark spots underneath, then you probably don't need to go in with the full coverage, but I feel like it does apply nicely having the primer mixed in with it. I'm just going to build up the coverage just where I need it, right here in the centre of my face, and that is giving me all the coverage that I need. Okay, no worries, Callie, it's not like I'm filming or anything. The angle has completely changed, but hopefully it's not too different. Right, now let's go in with a lighter colour for my concealer. I'm going to go in with NC37, and I'm going to just dip that in. Oh, I've done too much. I feel like this is like a crash course in trying to learn how to use it. I need a bit of practice. And I'm going to blend that in with my beauty blender. Has anyone tried the marshmallow sponges yet? And do I need one? Because everyone seems to be raving about them. I feel like I could go lighter underneath the eyes. Like I could go a shade lighter than this, but this is nice. I don't know if I would use it as a concealer, but it has got really good coverage with it, so you definitely could. It's just whether you'd buy another one in a separate colour to use as a concealer. But in terms of like concealing my spots here with the same shade, it has really worked well for that. I do like this. We're going to go in with this now, which is the Pro Set and Blur Weightless Loose Powder. I've got the shade Light. I have got high hopes for this. I love my Fenty one. I love my Laura Mercier one. MAC, for me, they needed a good loose powder to kind of put up the competition with them two brands. So you get a little cute MAC puff. I know that we're all still loving the Trigwell, so I might do one side with the MAC puff that comes with it, and then do one side Trigwell as well. And then this is what it looks like in the side. So it's got the little holes, you can press your little sponge in. Kind of reminds me of the Shiseido loose powder in terms of the packaging. To be fair, where this is like a matte finish, I don't feel like it massively needs setting, you know, it doesn't look that shiny. Right, I'm taking, I just took the excess off on the back of my hand, and I am gonna press this in. Do this side of my face as well. I feel like we're all just loose powder in it now. Does anyone use an actual pressed powder anymore? Because I don't feel like I do. I mean, that has massively set that down. I'm not used to my skin looking so matte, but this is apparently the trend now, guys. It's cloud skin. Cloud skin is in. Okay, so this is the half that's been puffed, this hasn't, and I can definitely see the difference. Like underneath my eye looks very smooth, and I feel like this isn't going to budge. I'm just going to actually try the Trigwell because I'm intrigued to see if this will look any different. I mean, sometimes I can tell when I watch the footage back because it's really hard to see in my little viewfinder, so I'll see when I watch it back, but let me know if you can see a difference between the puff that comes in the packaging and the Trigwell. For me, I wish I would have got the small Trigwell. You don't need this big of a sponge. Look, it's like the size of my face. I don't think it needs to be this big. I wish I would have got the mini. But it does seem like you've got a kind of little mini dupe for it in the packaging. Trigwell is a little bit thicker, but it is just as soft. But this is what we're left with. I'm just going to go in with a little bit of bronzer on my cheeks just to see how that applies. Like, I do feel like my skin does look quite dry, but as I say, I am suffering with dry skin at the minute. Saying that, if you have got like naturally oily skin or your face tends to get oily throughout the day, I think this is a foundation that's really going to work for you. I'm just going to go in with the, I think it's the Pillow Talk, is it? Colour of Dream, Charlotte Tilbury. For me, I think this would be a foundation that it would work for me if I go in with a really glowy base. I'm talking like iconic illuminated base with a illuminating primer like the MAC one, and then I go in with all the glow on top, like cream bronzer, cream blush, just to get my dewiness in there. It does actually feel really nice and lightweight on the skin though. It doesn't feel heavy at all. So this is what we're left with. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, I'm going to drink my cuppa. I've got to have lunch. I've got to do some editing. I've got to take Callie for a walk. So, oh, and I've got a meeting with OPI. So I'm going to come back after all of that and we'll see how my skin has lasted. Girls, I am back. It's been about 4.5 hours. So I know it's not a huge wear test, but I have been down the seafront for a long walk with Callie, and trust me, it was windy as hell. I've had my meeting, I've had lunch, I've done some work on my computer, so we're coming back now before I've got to go out again, just as like a little test. I have not topped this up at all. I have realised that this cream blush actually isn't my favourite. I feel like I prefer a liquid blush rather than one that's in a pot, because it just blends better. But this is what we're dealing with. I actually think the wear is going to be really good on me. The fact you've got that kind of matte finish means it's less likely for it to like slip and move on your face. But weirdly, when I come back from my walk, I had a delivery from MAC. So we have brand new lip products. It just makes sense to finish this video using new MAC products. They look really fun. It looks like very Gen Z kind of vibe. It reminds me of kind of like Miss Sporty, like that kind of vibe. These are called MAC Squirt. The name, I don't know, for me it's like moist. I'm not sure about the word, but the product looks great. So this is the pink one. We have a blue one. Let's see what kind of colour this is. So this is a plumping gloss stick. It says glossy, juicy, plumpy baby. This is actually blue. I'm presuming it's like a pH level thing where it adjusts to the... No, it is blue. What was it back in the day? Like the Barry M one that used to adjust to the colour of your lips naturally. This I think actually is a blue. That's blown my mind a little bit. I mean, it kind of does go clear. Matches my shirt. Oh, it literally looks like it has melted in the tube. So you only need to put this up, twist this like a tiny little bit. So this shade is the shade I'm going to try, and this is called Amps. It is a very wet formulation. It is like, well, yeah, like gloss in a stick. Okay, let's try and put this on. Oh. It is very hydrating, but yeah, you want to just twist up like literally like one click at a time. Oh my god, it feels so weird. It's not like, you know, plumping lip glosses that tingle. It's not a tingle, it's a chewing gum but on the outside of my mouth. This is different. This is really different. It is like extreme mint, like mint fresh. So this has menthol crystals in it. How cool is that? For instant volume. So actually it's plumping but without the really annoying like tingly sensation. Although it does say that this has capsicum pepper in it, which brings the heat while menthol crystals cool. It says it's got a big stick energy, looks like a lipstick, shines I think I just swallowed a bit. Looks like a lipstick, shines like a gloss. It's got ginger root extract in there as well, which I think is having this plumping sensation on my lips. And coconut and avocado oils. It's got shea butter, so really intensely nourishing and super glossy. I love how glossy this is. This is definitely different. If you're looking more of like a natural plumping gloss, then this is a really great option. I don't think I'll be wearing the blue, but the pink is such a pretty colour. Actually a really good colour payoff. They've got a whole range of shades. They've even got a green in there and a white. Presuming the white's clear. Anyway, let me know what you beauties think of these products in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!
Together like the glue on the lashes, on fleek like the brows, never throwing in a towel, always ready for the town, looking beautiful together. You're stronger than ever, your community don't tether, yeah, your sisters forever. Girls before you mister, be part of a team, yeah, we're beauty's big sister. It said, and put your girls before you mister, be part of a team, yeah, we're beauty's big sister. Check it.